So the next thing we've got here, guys, is a piece of marine ply. Got some little countersunk holes here. So I just wanted to show you what I like to call spot curing. So we've got spot glowing and now spot curing. Now you can't do this with any other filler paste, and I'll show you what I mean. So if you come along here, you fill this hole, overfill that, and put quite a lot on the outside there. You could cut a template out of a piece of cardboard and place it over that hole and cure just that section there, which what that's going to do is leave all the outside section uncured. What does that mean? Well, let me show you. I'm going to get my torch into the right size spot. Just for 10 seconds or so, we're going to hold it over that spot there. Now, as I said, if you had an unusual shape, you could cut out a piece of cardboard or another piece of timber and use that as a template. Now watch this. With a spray of isopropyl alcohol or methylated spirits, I can now just simply wipe the edges of that, which weren't cured, clear. Now, how much time is that going to save me with sanding? I don't know about you, but I've got better things to do with my time than sit there and sand. A really, really good feature of IncredaFILL. So imagine if this had to be filled with a 2-part epoxy or a urethane or a builder's bog or one of those. You'd have to get the 2 parts, you'd have to measure it or weigh it, you'd have to mix it together, and then you'd have to fill it. Now with IncredaFILL, you simply take the pot, fill the hole, and cure it. So I don't know about you, but I reckon that's a lot quicker than mixing, weighing, measuring, and messing around with 2-part products. And don't for 1 second think there's not enough strength in this to compare to those. This is a very, very tough urethane base and microparticles to make it super hard and super tough. So just give that a wipe and then just sand it. Great. Once you sand something, you can see if you're slightly under. Again, if you wanted to, you could very simply just touch that up, cure it, and you're done. That's filling holes. You can see that there. What's the other thing you'd like to do with a piece of timber like this? Well, I know sometimes I don't really feel like sanding that flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skim coat it. We just come through here and we would give it a very, very thin coat and we'll smooth it until we're happy. Now, the smoother you get it at this point here, the easier it's going to be when you sand it. And make sure you get as many lines out as possible. In a zigzag pattern, we're just going to cure this within a couple of seconds. Now that's given the timber water resistance. Even though it's marine ply, it always wants water resistance. But in this case here, what I'm trying to do, just smooth it off. Okay, so that's going to give me a really smooth like finish. If I did this whole piece and sanded it, all right, you're not going to even know that that's timber. And all done with 1 pot in a couple of minutes. Pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? All right, so what have we got next? Let's have a look.